this. We're not, okay, so let me just sort of give you an update just really quick. So, oh no, I'm so sorry, Junior, you misclicked. Oh, that's the worst. I hate when that happens. Okay, so here's the dealio. I know that yesterday I said the midterm was the 26th. Now I'm not so sure because I got an email from Miss Fitzpatrick yesterday saying that we're going to talk about it in a meeting today. So it's going to be the week of the 26th. So it's probably either going to be the 26th or the 28th. So Tuesday or Thursday. I'm really hoping it'll be Tuesday though, because we're not learning anything new before the assessment. That's not a problem, Ava. Thank you for joining back in. We're not learning anything new before the midterm. So everything we're going to do between now and then is going to be in preparation for that. And it's not even a midterm, it's a mid-year check-in. But I have to get the final date on that. So it says in here, I actually updated it and I said midterm is the week of the 26th. Review will be the day before. The review is already posted in the classroom. So you guys should be working on that review 10 minutes every single night because there is quite a bit of stuff in there and you want to try to get all of it done before the midterm. So you're doing 10 minutes outside of classwork to do that review. That review completion is going to be an assessment grade. So you need to get it done. Okay. I have a question. Now it's poll time. Yes, so it saves your progress when you close it out, which is pretty cool. That's why we sort of moved to this program because with Google Forms, it didn't save your progress, but this one does. So that's pretty cool. Another thing I have a question on. Do you guys want me to set dates? Like by next Tuesday, you need to have 1 through 7 done. By next Thursday, you need to have through 12 done. Okay, so yeah, so I will do that for tomorrow. I will give you I'll section it out. Because I want to take a look at it because some of them are like a lot of parts and some of them are like one question. So I want to go through and be strategic and really chunk it out appropriately. Okay, so I will give you those dates. There's going to be a due date for Monday, so just be aware it's probably going to be like 1 through 6 if you want to start to take a look at it. I'm not 100% sure on that number though, because I might change it if there's a lot of parts. So we are having the midterm the 26th. We're having a quiz next Thursday on substitution, elimination, and graphing. Like I said, we are not doing anything new between now and then. We are doing practice-a-thon. Is that a thing? Practice-a-thon, like we're practicing. You're going to get a review guide for that quiz, so don't stress about that. The quiz is going to be in this new program called Edge Elastic that we've been using. So today's activity is we're going into Edge Elastic and we're going to be learning how to graph and do other things in Edge Elastic so that when you go in to do this quiz next week and the midterm the following week, you have an understanding of how this program works. So let me show you. We're going to start with this Edge Elastic thing for today. So graphing in Edge Elastic, it's a 3-step process, right? So step 1 is you want to make sure I'm going to give you some practice with this. So don't think I'm just speaking it to you and then having you understand. We're going to practice. Step 1 is make sure that the line is in the y equals mx plus b form. So that means you want to make sure it's y equals and then some number. So if you have to, most of the time when you're going to be graphing, when I ask you to graph, they're going to both be given in y equals mx plus b form. But sometimes you might have to isolate your equation if it's in standard form to get your y by itself. So basically the first step is that it needs to be in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. If not, manipulate it. Remember that your m is your slope value, your rise over run, and your b value is your intercept. So the number that's attached to the x is your slope. The number that's all by itself is your y-intercept. Where does it hit your y-axis? So when you're in the program, you're going to click that line button, and then you're going to click where you want your y-intercept to be. And then from there, you're going to use the other point to place it using your slope. Let's take a look at how that works. So what I want you to do is on slide number 4, it says here's a link. I want you to open up that link, and it should take you to an Edge Elastic assignment. So for me, it's not coming up because I'm not a student. Does yours come up as a, do you guys have an Edge Elastic assignment that has 2 questions on it? Okay, let me pull it up on my end so that we can look at it together, because I just have to do a couple more clicks to pull it up so that we can look at it. So if I click on this right here, I want to do, no, Mr. Main, you got this. You got this, Mr. Main. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do, no, Mr. Main, where is it? Let me go here. Authored by me? Yeah, right here, right here. Okay, here we go. I found it. I got it. So number 1 should look like this. Give me a yes in the chat if yours looks like this. Okay, so this program is pretty cool, actually. And the reason that this is pretty cool is because it allows us to sort of, let me just mark Janessa's here. Okay. Good morning, Janessa. Good morning, Janessa. We are in the slideshow for today. On slide number 4, there's a link, and it'll take you to an Edge Elastic assignment. Can you go to slide number 4 and can you open up that link for me? It should look like this. So what we have, what is cool about Edge Elastic is it has this thing right here. If you're at the top where it says Scratch Pad, and when you click on that, it sort of makes it so that you have all these options right here. You can draw, and this is the tool. These are the tools that you're going to be using to show your work when you are either solving systems of equations or solving equations. You're going to be using these tools right here to show your work. So you have really 2 options here. You can use the drawing tool to say like 2x plus 5y is equal to 7, and then you have your second equation and you solve it. Or my suggestion that works, I think works a little bit better, is if you sort of type it. So like 2x plus 5y is equal to 14. And it's gonna, I mean, it's a little bit tedious because you have to do a bunch of these different boxes here, but it works. And then you type it and then you sort of figure it out the way that it needs to be, and it will be there for you. So my suggestion when you have to solve things in here and I ask you to show work in the Scratch Pad, this is going to be probably the better way to do it, because we don't have the because the high school kids, they have like a pen, and their computers are touch screens so that they can easily write on their computer, but you guys don't have as nice of equipment because you're using your trackpad. So I would suggest typing out if you have to do work. The only thing that's a little funky dunky is that, so you do all this workout and then you have to go to put your answers on here and they disappear. But when you go back into the Scratch Pad, everything is back there. Do you guys get what I'm saying there? So like you do all the work here, I can see it when I go in, but when you close it, your answers aren't there anymore. If you need your answers again or need to see your work again, just click on the Scratch Pad and everything should come back up. Okay. Magnifying glass, obviously you drag it and you can read things a little bit nicer. This is going to be a good tool if you have to look at graphs that maybe aren't like the clearest. So you're just trying your best. And when you have this and if you open it up and then you want to click out of it, you click again and then it stops and then you click on the magnifying glass. So now let's graph here, okay? So if we look at how do we graph here, the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that they are in y equals mx plus b form. So if I'm over here and I say, are both of these equations in y equals mx plus b? What do we think? Let me know in the chat. Y equals, are they both y equals? Very good, very good. Oh, sorry, yes, nice job, Abby, Gwen, Gabe, Peyton, Gwen, very good. These are both in y equals form, okay? So then from there, you need to plot your y-intercept. If you're looking at this first equation here, what number is your y-intercept? Wait, no. That's okay, Ian. I can still see your grade. I can see your grade as you're working through. So if it doesn't submit, that's like okay, because I can still see your grade. Yes, so our y-intercept is a positive 3. Very good. Nice job, Kyle Kelly. Sorry about that. Abby, Peyton, Kyle, Ian, Gwen, and Kyle, very good on that. So we know our y-intercept is 3. So we're going to click on this guy that says line. And since our y-intercept is at 3, we're going to click on that 3 so that it puts a dot at that y-intercept of 3. Then we know our slope is a rise of -5 over 3. So if it's a rise of -5, what direction am I really moving? Very good. I am going down. So you're going to click that other bubble right here, that other point. You're going to go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then my run was 3. So that means I'm going to go 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3. And that is my line. This is how we graph in this program here. You find your y-intercept. You plot that, and you put a point there, and then you do your rise over run. So when I look at this first equation here, can I have, let's see, can I have Ian, can you unmute and can you tell me, how am I going to plot this guy here? What am I going to do if I want to plot the second equation?
You're going to plot your y first, so it would be -3.
Okay, and then?
And then you would use the slope and go up 1 and over 3.
2, 3. Okay, good, nice job. And so you want to click the line button. So you click one of the lines, you put your y-intercept, and then you use your rise and your run to draw your next point in there. Good. And you grab these and you put your clicker on that point and you drag it over to where it needs to be. And then now they're all set. So what would be the solution of the systems of equations here? Coordinate pair. They need to be in coordinate pairs with parentheses around them. If you do not have parentheses around them, you do not get full credit. They need to have parentheses. Very good. Our coordinate, our solution point would be 3, -2. Very good. Now let's hit the next button here. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Who wants to walk me through this next one, graphing this next one? Let me know in the chat. Okay, Gwen is going to be my first taker. She's going to help me with the first one. Okay, Gwen, I'm sitting here. What do I do?
So you start with the first one, and the y-intercept is 3. So you're going to plot. You're going to put a dot at 3.
How do I put a dot?
You're going to push the first line.
Oh, okay. I have the line button. Okay. And then I put a point at where?
3.
Okay, good. And then from there, what do I do?
You graph the slope, which is 4.
1, 2, 3. Oh no, I can't go up. So what am I going to have to do?
Go down.
Oh, I'm going to have to go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then what direction?
To the right.
To the right?
To the left, sorry.
Oh, to the left. Good. So if you don't have enough space in your graph here, you can't zoom it in or out. So what you need to do is you need to, instead of going up 4 to the right 1, you're going to go down 4 to the left 1. Good. That was a good one. I put that one on there on purpose. Okay. Awesome job, Gwen. Thank you for that. Let's see. Who else would like to help me? Let's see. Who wants to help? I'm going to randomly call on somebody if nobody wants to help. And it'll be helping. Okay, Naseem, I need your help. Can you unmute for me? I'm going to give him a second. Naseem, do you want to help me unmute for a second? No? Oh, your mic doesn't work. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We'll try it another time. Can I have John help me? Can you unmute John and help me? Let's do it, John. Help me out. No? That's a bummer. Okay, Adam, can you unmute and can you help me graph this guy?
You grab the bottom line.
Oh, okay, good.
You put one of the dots at -2.
Oh, -2. Okay, good. On my y-axis, and then what do I do?
And then you put it at where the pink one is, like at -1.
Oh, okay. Very good. And why did you go up and then back 1? Because it's what?
I don't know.
Well, then why didn't you, let me phrase it this way. Why didn't you put it here?
Because they have to intercept at some point.
Okay, but they intercept down here. But why did you go this way? What kind of slope does that second equation line have?
Positive.
Well, look at it.
Negative.
It has a negative because there's a negative sign in front of the x, right? So that means from this point that I plotted here, I would go down 1 to the right 1, right? And that still takes me to that same spot. They still intersected that -1, but I wanted to be sure as to why very good, Jason, Kyle, and Naseem, because it's a negative slope. Very good. You want to look at this guy here. If there's a negative sign in front of it, that means we have to go down and over to the right. Does that make sense, Adam?
Yeah.
Perfect. Nice job. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And that's it. Boom, we're done. And then when you're done with that, you can hit submit. And it should come to me. And I'm able to, oh, very good, Gabe. The answer to that one was, the solution to that one was -1, -1. Nice catch on there, Gabe. Thank you for that. Go ahead, Kyle, what's up? Why don't you unmute, Kyle, just so it's easier, you don't have to type it. So the other assignment in Edge Elastic looks like this. It's this guy here. This guy here. Okay, so your assignment that is in Edge Elastic for today is due at midnight tonight. So you had to start it yesterday. It's due by midnight tonight. And it has 12 questions on it. And I picked this because it has a number of different ways that you can do it, right? So like there's a bunch of different types of questions. There's a drag and drop. There's a drop down where you're selecting things. I like this one just because I sort of put a bunch of different types of questions all in one. There's a multiple choice. What's cool about this guy is that you have this option of like the cross out button where you can cross out answers that you know are wrong so that you don't have to keep looking at them. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool tool. One thing that's not in here that I thought I put in here was the calculator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to preview another one of these because I want to see this calculator. So when you're in an assignment, I don't know, I didn't. Yes. So give me 1 second, Kyle. I'll go back. One other tool that I want to draw attention to that wasn't in one of your other assignments was this guy right here. This 4 boxes here. It's a calculator. So some of the assignments I forgot to click the calculator on, and for some reason it's not working in this assignment here, but we will have the option to use a calculator moving forward, and it's going to be in here for us. So in the assignment that you're looking at for tonight, it's going to tell you to do a bunch of different things. So this one you're graphing. For this one, you're just telling me what's the solution to the systems of equation, writing it in an ordered pair form. If you click in here, it has the ordered pair already for you, and you just type it in. This one is drop down, so you're not solving the elimination. You're just saying, what's our first step going to be, and what are we canceling out? You don't necessarily have to solve them. If it doesn't tell you to solve them, you don't have to. This one, you are just looking at them and you're deciding how many solutions they're going to have based on that discussion we had last unit. This one, you have to solve using elimination, using that scratch pad to show your work. Next one here, you're once again solving this guy using the scratch pad showing your work. Same thing here, except you're not solving this one. You are just talking about the first step that you're going to do. Alice is going to multiply the first equation, second equation by what number to cancel out your y terms. You don't have to solve number 7. You're just telling me what is she doing to cancel out. Okay, this one you're solving. This one you're solving. This one you're going to solve, but this one's substitution, so this one's not too bad. And then the last one is this snack bar one, and you're going to try your best on the snack bar one. I got an email about it last night. I didn't get a chance to look at it, Abby, so I have to answer that email for you today. Okay. Last one is solving by substitution. What would it look like after the first substitution? You don't even have to solve it. You just have to talk about what would it look like after the first substitution. So you're not solving all of these. You're solving only some of them. Okay. So that is your assignment that's due tonight. So if we look back at our assignment for class today, let me show you what our assignment for so we did our demonstration on how to graph in Edgelastic. Miss Albert also made a video going through how to graph in Edgelastic in case you need it. It is here if you need it. Last thing we're going to do for today, actually, before we go over what we're going to finish with today, I want to go through the homework for today. You're finishing that Edgelastic assignment. If you look in Power School, it just says the 13th, like the date on it is the 13th, but I'm collecting it until today because I didn't want to put 2 assignments with the same date because I just wanted to sort of keep it separate. So don't think that I'm not going to give you credit if you finish it today because you can still get full credit up to midnight tonight. So you're finishing that Edgelastic. I'm going to put it into Power School moving forward. There are a couple that I have to hand grade. So that final score that you get is probably not going to be your final score. I have to go in and hand grade some things. And you have 30 minutes of your path on Alex. You have 30 minutes assigned to you. This is, if you look in Power School, I have 4 assignments for this week. Okay. Let me see. Let's try that again. Sorry, guys. You're not going to see anybody's grades. If we go here, we have assignments for this week: Edge Elastic work from Monday, slides from Tuesday being completed and handed in. Edge Elastic work that's going to be due today, but like I said, I put yesterday's date. I'm still collecting it all the way through tonight though. And the 30 minutes of Alex time today. So all 4 of these assignments are going in the grade book. So just be sure that everything is getting done for today. Our finish up for today is we're looking at this systems of equations, and we're going to solve it using substitution. So if we look at this guy here, what do we notice about these variables here? What do we notice? Max says they're not easily canceled out. And I would have to say, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. So they're not easily crossed out. But which one of these variables would it be? Which one are you leaning towards canceling out? Okay, so Gabe is saying the Y's, Max and Gwen are saying the K's, the X's. Okay, Abby said Y's because we have a negative and a positive, so then you don't have to do a minus, right? You don't have to multiply one of these by a minus. This is where the decision might get a little bit tricky, because you don't want to make huge numbers, but you don't want to have to multiply by a negative. This is where your choice comes into play. This is where your preferences come into play, because if you want to deal with smaller numbers, then you're going to have to multiply one of them by a negative. If you don't want to multiply by a negative, you're going to probably choose the Y's because they'll cancel out by multiplying by positive numbers. This is 100% your choice. So what I want to end up class today doing is I want you to solve this guy using elimination. I want you to choose a strategy that you would do, and I want you to stick with it. I personally am probably going to do I'm going to do the X's just because I feel okay using negatives. So, yes, Gabe, those are exactly what you would do if you wanted to cancel out those Y's. So I want you to take 4 minutes right now, 5 minutes right now to solve this system using either canceling out your X's or canceling out Y's. It's your choice. You're going to get the same answer. On mine, I'm going to go through and do it right now. So I'm going to do -3 and a +2 because that's just me. And you can come in this box and easily copy and paste them into the work page if you want, workbox. Oh, that's okay. Perfect. So here I go. -6x plus 15y is equal to -45. X plus 14y. 14y is equal to 16. y is equal to very good. Nice catch there, Peyton. Nice job. Yes, Peyton. Oh, girl. Okay. Think about that one though, because this negative 45 minus 16 isn't a positive 29. It's a what kind of 29, Kyle and Gwen? Because that, oh, but then that negative one is going to change the whole thing, Gwen. When you go to plug a negative one in, it's going to get you a different X value. So go ahead and give it another try. Oh, goodness. Okay, I'm going to do this one because I like these numbers. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Nice job, Gabe. But do you get what I'm saying there, Gwen, when I say that negative one changes the whole thing? Nice job, Abby. Wonderful. Taking one more minute. We got this, guys. Oh my goodness, Mr. Main was almost able to type all of this. 2x plus 5 equals 15 minus 5 minus 5. Nice job, Sadie. Nice job, Gwen. Nice correction there, Kyle. Very good. Very good. You guys are being introspective. I love it. Let me just, let me do this. Okay, we're taking one more second. Let me just finish doing this. Very good, guys. You guys were very good at this guy here. Let's come back together and let's take a look at what we did. So a lot of people gave me answers in the chat. Awesome, awesome job on that. We got an x is equal to 5. So let's take a look at how we're going to do this guy here. Okay, so we're looking at this guy here. First, we had to multiply both of our equations. And I personally like to sort of either, if I'm doing it on paper, separate this part, or when I'm doing it in the boxes here, I am coloring these new equations different colors. So I took each one of my equations, I multiplied by -3 and +2, just because I'm strong. Oh, you can't hear me? What about now, Gabe? No, not yet, Gabe. Maybe close it out and come back in. Can you guys hear me? Okay, so Gabe, let me just send Gabe a message real quick. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, my goodness, it's fine. So we get our new equations. I multiplied by -3 and 2. If you wanted to not have to deal with negatives, you could have multiplied by 7 and 5 to cancel out, and you would have just had a lot bigger of numbers. I subtracted my equations, and I was left with 29y is equal to -29. It needed to be a -29 because -45 plus 16 is because negative plus 16 is a negative 29. Divide by 29, you get a y is equal to negative 1. If you got a negative 1, if you got a positive 1, it would have given you an x of 10, and that's not what we wanted. We wanted, you need to make sure that if you get the wrong value here, you have to go back and re-plug it in. So then I plugged in my negative 1. I got an x is equal to a 5. What I'm going to do with this right here is I'm going to, just like I did yesterday, leave this assignment, leave this slideshow on the classroom stream in case you want to look back at this one later. That's good, Kyle. Kyle was good because he went back, he said, I forgot about that negative, and then he was able to get that correct answer. Nice job, Kyle. Very good. So this wrap up for today. You have 2 assignments to finish today. You need to finish that edge elastic by midnight tonight, and you need to give me 30 minutes of Alex time. You need to get the 30 minutes of Alex time done today, because if you don't, you'll only be able to redo it for an 80%. Okay, so you have to make sure that you get that Alex time done today. I put a link into the Alex assignment in here. If you want to, if you got this slide already filled in, you can turn the slides in for today. If not, if you still need to get some of this work in, don't turn it in yet. Does anybody have any questions for me before we head out? I know we did a lot today, but I think we did some good stuff today. We did graphing in Edge Elastic. We did other tools in Edge Elastic. We did so we did other tools, then we did some different question types that you are going to be facing. So we're going to keep doing more work with Edge Elastic moving forward, because that's going to be our primary assessment tool this year. If anybody has any questions for me, you can stay behind. If not, Junior, can you stay for a minute? You guys can head out to science.